for stopping by. We are from UniKL Business School, and in this video, we are going to share more about social entrepreneurship issue, which is animal testing. But first, what is social entrepreneurship? So, it is actually an approach of individuals or groups in government and non-government organization to deal with social problems or needs. Basically, the social entrepreneurs are purposeful in giving benefits and facilitate in solving social complications. There are lists of social problems all around us, such as poverty, animal testing, and also domestic violence. Researchers has found that each year there are more than 100 million animals that has been put into animal testing, which includes mice, rats, primates like monkey, and also cats and dogs. And sadly, even our little cute companion are included in product testing.
Here are the issues concerning in social entrepreneurship nowadays. One of which being animal testing. Animal testing is a procedure used to test newly introduced medicines, cosmetics, or even new food seasoning on animals to verify that they are safe for people to use. These animals are forced to consume or inhale huge amount of a test material or have a chemical sprayed in their eyes or on their skin in order to assess harmful effects. Furthermore, these are the business that pay for animal testing in China and business that doesn't test on animals. Okay, here are several animal testing I would like to present and share with you guys. For the first testing is acute toxicity testing. It is to assess the risk of a single short-term exposure to a product or chemical. Extremely high dose of the drug are delivered to animals by force feeding, force inhalation, and ocular or skin contact. Next, I would like to share the eye irritation testing. This testing, which is a material is poured into the animal eyes in this examination. The damage which might include bleeding, bloody scabs, swollen eyelids, irritated and clouded eyes or even blindness. Okay, last but not least is skin sensitization testing. The guinea pig maximization test for skin sensitization was first published in 1969, in which experimenters inject animals with a test material several times and quantify any adverse reaction. As a result of an allergy response, the skin of animal may become itchy, inflamed, ulcerated, or otherwise uncomfortable.
Next, we move to the causes of animal testing. The causes of animal testing are identified to have a better understanding on human biology. Large part of animal and humans biology works in a very similar way, not just in the vital functions such as breathing, digestion, movement, sight, hearing, and reproduction, but at the level of basic cell processes like skin cell and complex biological system like nervous and immune system, which means that researchers study how our bodies work by running experiments in animals that would be impossible in human volunteers. Furthermore, as model for research and treatment, since human and animals biology works on a very similar way, they also share hundreds of illnesses. For instance, mice suffer from many of the same cancers that afflict people, which is one of the reasons why they are the animal most used for cancer research. The vast majority of animal models are mice, but other animals are used too. For instance, rabbits suffer from osteochlorosis, which is hardening of arteries, as well as spina bifida, which is birth defects. Therefore, it allows studies which would be impossible to be used on humans, since we cannot expose human volunteers with chemical substances and deadly disease after all. However, based on the research, only 1/3 of the substances known to cause cancer in humans have been shown to cause cancer in animals. And according to a study of over 100 mouse cell types, only 50% of the DNA responsible for regulating genes in mice that could be matched with human DNA. Thus, imprecise results from animal testing may result in clinical trials of biological faulty or even harmful substances. thereby exposing people to unnecessary risks and wasting scarce resources, because animal toxicity studies are poor predicators of toxic effect in humans.
Each year, more than 150 millions are bred, used, and disposed as hazardous waste in research and product testing in the United States. These millions of poor animals are poisoned, physically assaulted, operated on without anesthesia, painfully subjected to harmful toxic chemicals on their skin, on their eyes, and are forced to inhale these substances. Every day, these animals were used for cosmetic, for product, toxicity and chemical testing, and they are afraid of humans and live in constant fear, and lastly, to be killed by the end of the day. There are a few ways that we can help to stop animal testing, which is buying cruelty-free beauty and cosmetic products. There are a lot of brands that do not support animal testing on their products. As you can see on the internet, you can choose the brand that you like to support the halt of animal testing. You can buy these cruelty-free products and boycott the brands that use animal testing. Next, solution to animal testing is by using human volunteers. Human volunteers can also now replace animals in specific studies. It is now common for skin sensitivity testing of cosmetic to be based on work done with human volunteers. The use of an innovative technique, which known as microdosing, can also be used in volunteers to measure how small the doses of product react in the human body, thereby reducing the risk of toxicity.
Firstly, animal testing is wasteful and unreliable. According to the Journal of American Medical Association, researchers found out that testing on animals rarely translated to human. Thus, this shows that it is not reliable. Next, oversight and misconduct may occur in animals. In animal testing, countless animals are killed every year. However, most countries do not have adequate regulatory measures to ensure that the animal tested are not distressed and suffer. Finally, these are the alternatives to animal testing. They are research with human volunteers, sophisticated computational methods, in vitro based on human cells and tissues are critical to the advancement of medicine. Non-animal research methods have been shown that to be more accurate than crude animal experiments.